Now, usually I try not to get into the football space because you guys scare me a lot. It's a respectful fear, but it's still a fear. This is actually the second video that I'm doing on football related, but not really football stuff, if you've seen my other video about Ashton Castro. But this video, I had to do it again because what is going on? The question I am asking in this video is, why are footballers so over-sexualized now? Probably thinking you're calling footballers over-sexualized, but I'm not talking about what they do in their like personal life or stuff like that. I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about online. Let me be clear before I go any further, okay? I do not watch football in the traditional way. I watch it through Twitter, okay? So maybe there's something about football culture that I'm missing, and if I am missing that part, maybe like leave it for me in the comments to let me know. I feel like ever since the World Cup, I have just been flooded with obviously edits about footballers, which by itself, I mean, is fine, but some of the stuff, like some of the posts that were coming up, they made me look a bit, okay, maybe we're going a bit too far. I'm going to be focusing on players that I have seen multiple times and I've thought, okay, don't you think you're crossing the line a bit? And those players are Jude Bellingham, Joe Bellingham, and Michael Olise. If I pronounced anyone's names wrong, please, I am so sorry. Do not come for me. I cannot pronounce anyone's name. I can barely pronounce my own government name right. So, before anyone tries to twist my words, I don't find anything wrong with edits or finding footballers attractive and that kind of stuff, but I do think there is a line in the way that we talk about them, and this actually goes for male and female footballers. I'm gonna give an example of one of the posts because I've just realized I didn't actually screenshot everything and I didn't save anything, and I'm definitely not gonna find it over the search button. So let me read this one out. Get violently cracked by the footballer for 48 hours straight or your friends die. And obviously, I feel like I'm being too woke, but there's like loads of posts like this, and all I can think is, if, I know I'm gonna be that person, if a man made this post about a female footballer during the Women's World Cup, I'd be in the comments cussing him out. Like, what is wrong with you? When I would comment on videos like that, that was like a minor, that was a little one compared to the ones I've seen. When I comment like, oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this, guys, this is a bit weird, I get different types of comments. In one of the comments I made, I said, what if a male did this to a female footballer? And the comments I got back were, oh, well, they already do. Well, I don't think the solution is that we should join in. Another reply I would get would be that I shouldn't defend multimillionaires. And how does that affect anything? I don't think it matters what tax bracket somebody's in should excuse making comments like that about them. Again, if it was a multi-millionaire female celebrity, I would still be saying, guys, let's not make posts like these about these people. I don't think people having money in their bank account should strip them of basic boundaries. Or is that crazy to say? Am I being too woke again? Another reply I would get when I called it out, I would be called a puritan. Me, a puritan. Guys, I don't think I'm a puritan. Am I getting old? I'm 23. Am I officially an auntie? I just think we just shouldn't be talking about people like this. Is that crazy to say? And I feel like I haven't been able to give examples, and I really wish I screenshot the posts when I saw them, but I really didn't want posts like that in my phone because I feel like the example that I gave was too tame compared to the actual stuff I've been seeing. Please tell me if anybody else is understanding what I'm saying, and if they've seen it. It doesn't even have to be about those specific footballers, about any of them, and I'm talking female or male footballers. I just think it's getting a bit too much. Or maybe I am a puritan. Am I saying that right? And the thing is, one of the accounts that call me a puritan, okay, I tapped onto their account and one of the posts was, oh, I really like this footballer, but I'm this amount years younger. And I did the maths in my head. You guys, this girl was 12. This girl was 12 years old. If me thinking that 12-year-olds shouldn't be making posts about getting cracked by footballers, if that makes me a Puritan, you call me the Grand Supreme Puritan, because I'm sorry, I am not, like, no, they shouldn't be doing that. I also think it's weird that there's all this sexual stuff about these guys, about all these footballers, but God forbid they are actually caught doing sexual stuff. Like the footballer I spoke about, Elise, I think there was a boat party and he was with all these girls and so many of his fans were upset. I say so many of his fans, it was probably like a small percentage, but that is the small percent we're talking about. But I think it's weird because you make all these, they make all these posts, all these sexual posts. He's on the boat, he's with girls. Why is that such a shock? Why is that such a thing? I think a big part of this problem are headcanons. I am going to explain what headcanons are right now. Headcanons are a fan's belief about something, usually in a fictional story. I want everyone to focus on that. Fictional. It's usually a fan's belief about a character in a story. Now, I've been seeing TikTok posts about their headcanons on footballers. No guys, let's put a stop to that. And don't get me wrong, okay, I grew up with One Direction. I was on Wattpad, but I thought they were weird back then too. I think making up stuff about real people and calling it a headcanon is weird. That is not a headcanon if it's about a real person. You're just spreading rumors. I think, and I'm trying to avoid using the word fangirls because I don't think it's just girls. I think a lot of footballers' young fans, they read headcanons, they read stuff about the footballers that aren't exactly true. They start believing that they're like that, and when the footballer isn't actually like that, they feel betrayed. But the footballer actually they've never done anything to make it seem that they're like that. You've just read it online. I hope this is making sense. I've just had a 10-hour shift, so my thoughts might be discombobulated. I really hope that one day somebody will talk about this better than me. Or maybe I'm gonna be told to shut up because I'm doing too much. I'm sorry, guys. I suppose what I'm really worried about is that when the Women's World Cup comes next year, we're gonna see a blowback. Did I use that word right? Yeah, I did. We're gonna see a blowback of the amount of sexual posts that we saw about the male footballers. And I think next year we're gonna see really weird things, and when we call them out, they're gonna justify them by saying, oh well, it was done during the Men's World Cup, how come we can do it to the men instead of the women? Or I'm really doubting myself, you guys. Like, am I being too woke? I don't think I'm being too woke. I think I'm being the right amount of woke. So, what is the point of this video? One, last week I stupidly said, hey guys, I'm gonna make a video about the oversexualization of footballers, and I promised it that it would be out by this date. Yes. And second, I really do believe we should stop treating footballers, male and female. I think we need to stop treating them like K-pop stars. I think we need to just focus on the football. Of course, we're gonna focus on the footballer, but let's focus on the footballer for football, not for other stuff. And I think that's the boundary that should be set. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. Let me know if you think I'm doing too much. I need engagement, so you can tell me to shut up if you want to. I don't mind. I don't know when my next video will be. It should be next Saturday, but guys, I'm tired. I've been working every single day, 10 plus hours a day, because Spider-Man came out. And I still haven't even been to see it. Whatever video I post next week, if you're subscribed to me, I'll see you there. If you're not subscribed to me and you like what you saw today, then subscribe to me. I'll see you in the next video.